My name's Emma Hogan and I thought I'd quickly make a video about sharpeners. I have made a few in the past, but I get quite a lot of questions about sharpeners. So I thought I'd quickly go through the sharpeners I use and why they are good for different things. So starting off with the small manual metal, always buy metal, not the plastic ones. They're just much better. These are used mainly for when my pencils are in these extenders, because you'll have a job to get it in the holes of these bigger ones. So it will take it right down to the base. So you can keep sharpening this right down to the bottom. And if you can't, then just move it or pull it out a bit more. That's how short it is. You can literally take it down that short. And as coloured pencils are really expensive, it's good to have a sharpener like this to prolong the life of your pencils as much as possible. So that's that one. That's why I would use these metal ones. Okay, for a long point, I would use a comb automatic. So long point is when your point is, so not like this, it's like really long. So I'll just quickly show you with this one. I have done a video on these. These are quite faffy. If you have the patience and you want a nice long point, this is great. So basically this hole here takes the wood down. So you sharpen it, and then when it sharpens no more, you move it to your other sharpener. That will sharpen the actual pencil, the actual coloured pencil. Then go back to your wood and then back to there, and just keep alternating. And you see why it's a faff, but you can get a really nice long sharp point. These holes here are for the tiny, say if you had a mechanical type pencil, big thick one, you'd put it in there, and that will, you can spin it around and sharpen with these, just in case you're wondering what this is for. But I had a lot of questions about these, saying how annoying they are, and granted you have to have a lot of patience because you're going backwards and forwards. And if you've got problems with your fingers or arthritis or anything like that, problems with your hands, then this is not the sharpener for you. Okay, and you can see how long it's taken me to do that. But if you compare it to this one, I mean, I haven't even got it to a long point, but you can see the difference. And that's why it's called a long point. Another sharpener that will do that is the swordfish icon. This is a crank sharpener, and if you have any problems with your hands or anything like that, this is the guy to get. So it opens out like this, and if you want to close it and it's being awkward, you just lift this bit here, push it back in, because they can be a little bit awkward like it's being now. Just because I'm on camera, it wouldn't normally do this. Okay, so yeah, pull it out, press the side bit here, and the teeth will open at the front there. Push that one in, make sure it's grippy, and then just turn the handle clockwise. And just check, and you can see that looks amazing, and it's just as long as this one, maybe not as long, That's why it's called, this is called a long point, but this is better. This is way better because it's just easier, especially if you have any problems with your hands, and how easy that was to get that nice fine point. So I would recommend this swordfish icon, and it doesn't use too much of your pencil shavings either. That's quite nice, that one. And then we have electrical ones. If you are going to buy an electrical sharpener, this one is battery operated and this is electrical. You need to make sure, you see this here, this blade is a helical blade. These last longer. This one does not have that. I made a mistake of buying it. I didn't realize that it was that. So you don't want a blade that looks like a normal sharpener. You want one that has this look to it. Helical blade. It should say in the description when you buy it on Amazon, or in the, you know, in the actual description. So this one is designed to take 6 to 8 millimeters of pencil, so it will fit pencils like the Caran d'Ache Luminance and the Lightfast Derwent Lightfast. The trouble with these sharpeners is they do eat a lot of pencil. So if I put a mark on this pencil with another pencil, so say I put a mark, I don't know, just let's put it here for example's sake. Now that's a lot of pencil to take down. That's like what I had left in this guy. So if you see an example of how much, the reason I don't use this, if I'm really lazy and I have loads of pencil to sharpen, or it's completely broken off at the end, I may use this one, but I try not to. I'd rather use something like this than an electrical one. But like I said, if you have arthritis or problems with your hands, these things are a godsend. So bearing in mind where that mark is, you see how much pencil that's going to take down to get that sharp. And it's only got the tip missing, where I snap that off just for purposes. Okay, so it's got that sharp, but look how much pencil it's taken down. It's gone right to that line there. So it does take a lot down to get to that point. So I just want you to bear that in mind. And these pencils are very expensive. So if you're precious about your pencils and you don't want to wear them down and you just want to file the point, then I would go for something like this, a sanding block. This one has 2 different gradients of sand. This one finer, and this is even finer, and that's, you know, more coarse. Then you've got this nice little thing on here for getting rid of any residue. So I get one that's fairly sharp. Something like this one, which is really soft, would be ideal for something like a sanding block. So just keep spinning it. It does make a mess though, so it's probably wise to start in a corner or something and just work your way across, especially with a pencil like this. But this is good for getting a better points with something like this pencil, and then just wipe it off on here. But these are great for that sharpening, or something harder like a polychromos. There's a nicer, finer point there. So that's great for that. If you want a quick go-to, this is one of my favourite pencil sharpeners by Faber-Castell. I use all these holes for coloured pencil, even though it says graphite on here, because I can use the jumbo for this one. So I will put this big one in. And it sharpens it really nicely. And then the other graphite one I can use for polychromos, and it's more of a longer point than the colour, if you see what I mean. So if I do both holes and compare it and show you. It's all compact as well. You have all your shavings in there, so you don't have to worry. This is good if you, say if you're away and you want to take something with you. They don't last very well though. I would say that the blades in them don't last. But you can put a graphite pencil in there, full graphite pencil, and sharpen them. So one's got a longer point, this one. It doesn't look like that way, but it's sharpened down further. So that's the graphite hole for the longer one, and then the shorter one is the colour. So if you want to preserve your pencil, then you put it in the colour one, because it will sharpen down shorter. That's the whole point of the colour one. If you want to be really brave, you can use a knife. Now, I never use knives. I know a lot of artists do. You can scrape away the wood, but I really don't like to use it. It kind of, oh, I'm not even on camera, sorry. Yeah, you can sharpen it down with a knife, and you can get a nice point with a knife. But I really don't like to use this method. That's just another method if you don't want to use a sharpener. I hope this helps and clears up some coloured pencil sharpener issues. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you very much for watching.